Well, hello, you guys, and welcome back to the You Deserve Better podcast. It has been a minute. Has it been a minute or what? Honestly, I'm just sat here now holding my mic, just looking at my laptop on my phone with my notes and things like that. And I'm just thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I have missed this. I've missed showing up for you guys. It's been needed, this little break. For those of you who follow me on Facebook, Instagram, you will have seen that I've actually been having a little bit of a break while I focus more on my one-to-one launch. I am now coaching individual women on a one-to-one basis. This is something new that has come along. It has been in the pipeline for some time, and I've just decided to go all in on it because the amount of women who come to me day in, day out, this support is so needed. And honestly, the responses I've been getting so far is incredible. I love speaking to you guys already in the DMs. You know, the chats that we have is just so beautiful. It is more than just chatting in the DMs. We become like friends, and I want to be there for you. So I don't want to spend too long talking about this, and it is something I'm going to create a separate episode on. But the one-to-one container that I am now holding for women who are in that in-between period, whether they've gone through a breakup, a divorce, they are starting over. It could be a career move, a major career move, a change of living environments, moving to the other side of the country or a different country, you know. Any sort of major life transition where you were left kind of feeling like, what the fuck is going on with my life? Where am I heading? Who even am I now? Anything like that. If you have those questions going around in your head, I am here for you. And reach out. You will find me on Instagram. I'm on You Deserve Better podcast with dots in between. And you'll find me on Facebook, Rebecca Harrison. I'm on other platforms as well, but they are the main ones that I'm here for, that I show up the most on, and that has all of the available resources and support and information regarding my new one-to-ones. But it's incredible. It is here to it's not just about getting over someone or getting over a situation, moving on, whatever. It is about growing through that journey, coming out the other side, coming home to yourself and who you truly are and why you are even here on this earth. Together we will go through all of that and more. You will come out the other side a new woman. I promise you that, guaranteed, 1 gazillion %. So if it is something that you're interested in, please do reach out. We can have a quick informal chat over Zoom, see if it is the right fit, and go from there. But that is my little plug over and done with for now, because like I said, I do want to create an episode specifically around that to go into a lot more detail. But yeah, that's where I'm at, and that's why I've been a little bit busy. So I have mentioned that on my Instagram. So those of you who don't follow me or maybe just like waiting for my episode to appear on Spotify and YouTube, I do apologize. I have missed you guys. I have missed being here with you on your journey to work or while you're at the gym, on a walk, whether you're in the car, whatever it may be. But I'm back now, baby. I'm back. So today's episode is all about confidence and how confidence is a skill. It's something that, you know, you can build on. It's not something that you're necessarily born with, and it's something that I can give to you. You can create. We can go on this journey together, but I promise you, if you have come to this episode thinking that you are shy, that you can't talk to anyone, that you don't have the courage to go and speak to them or go and do this or go and change the world or whatever you feel you want to do, if you are putting yourself down thinking you're not good enough or that you're not smart enough or that you're not loud enough or confident, whatever it may be, it all does come down to confidence at the end of the day, doesn't it? And we're diving deep into confidence, and it's not going to be all about the fake it for the gram type of confidence. This is the grounded, unshakable kind, the kind that changes your life. And I'm going to show you how to build it like a muscle, step by step. And so here goes. As I mentioned earlier, confidence, it's not born, it is built. okay? It is a skill. So it's not a personality trait. So you know those people in your life that you know, whether that be through work or the people that you went to school with, and you're just like, they're just born confident. I'm just not. They are. They were born confident. That's just them. It's not. It is a skill. So even a 4-year-old confident child has learnt that skill. They didn't just come out of the womb with confidence, oozing confidence, okay? So they were probably born into a confident family, or they were around lots of people, they had lots of socializing. You get the gist. It's their environment that they have been in. It's the people that they have been surrounded by. It's the opportunities that they have had, even from a very young age, okay? As babies and toddlers, we go through unique stages, don't we, where they can be the stage where they're a bit more clingy, they don't like strangers, you know, that's all normal, that's like brain development and things like that. But once you've gone through those, like this is why through socialization and through the various adapting environments that we go through as a toddler, that literally shapes us into who we become later in life, throughout our childhood, our teenage years, and of course our adulthood, okay? But if you wasn't born into an environment, a supportive environment, who told you that you were amazing and that you're killing it and you're better than anyone and life is amazing and you're awesome and you're gonna be King Dick, whatever, you know. If you didn't have that, or if you didn't go to school and get all the best grades, and maybe you were not necessarily put down, but you had to work a little bit harder, and the teachers maybe were a little bit firmer, oh, try better, you know, things like that. If you didn't naturally have that, and you are in that stage now where potentially you don't feel like you have that ultimate confidence that other people did, it is still something that can be built on. So whether you build on this skill at 4-year-old, 10-year-old, 16, 21, 51, 80, it doesn't matter. You can still build it and catch up to those people, okay? So yeah, confidence is a skill and it's something that we have to build upon. So I'm just going to take you back in time to my childhood. And I'd say my entire childhood, I did not feel confident. Okay, and it's weird because I was talking about like family life and things like that. Now, if I look back to my childhood, I had a lot of really beautiful support. My mum and dad were always the typical, you know, as long as you try your best, that's all that matters. If anything ever upset me, they were there for me. My feelings were valid, things like that. But equally, I don't know how well I was socialised. So we've got a very small family, and very small friendships within the family. Like I can't remember, for example, my mum's friends coming round on the weekends, or my dad going out with his mates. We had occasional family get-togethers and things, but that was very rare, and generally speaking I would stick to my mum, my dad, my nan, my granddad, the people that were closest to me. And yeah, in school and things like that, I had my friendship groups, but it was always very tight. I was extremely shy. I am not kidding you. I was painfully shy. I'd never put my hand up in lesson. I didn't answer any questions. I didn't want to speak to anyone. I had, like I say, my friends who I could be myself with, but in the classroom around other people, complete silence, you know. I was not confident at all. And now look at the difference. I now have a podcast. I put my entire life onto social media and to all these platforms so people can hear all about me. I even talk about like my divorce and my failings and sex, for God's sake, here to thousands, hundreds of thousands of people who I do not know all over the world. But just to fill in the gaps between that, I'd say that my confidence started building in my early 20s, and that was probably through going to university and training to be a nurse. And the reason that I believe that's when it occurred is because you didn't have any other fucking choice but to be confident. Yeah, because you're working around other professionals, the public, you know, children, their families, like I say, all of the professionals, nurses, doctors, other like physiotherapists, dietitians that are coming onto the ward. Then obviously I throughout my nursing, I also went out into the community. I was working alongside, police, school, social workers, things like that. I didn't have a choice but to be confident. And I can't even remember doing anything in particular that built it. It just happened. But it's because I was pushed out of my comfort zone. I had to pick up the phone on the hospital ward. I had to speak to the parent that wasn't very happy. I had to get the equipment for the doctor. I had to do this stuff whether I liked it or not. So definitely my confidence improved throughout university. And also, I know this is a bad one, but out and about, I would also be confident when I'd had a drink. I think a lot of people can relate to that. We get a little bit more sociable. We're a bit more out there, aren't we, when we've had a drink. So when I would go out, I would happily talk to people as well because I'd had a drink. But I was that typical girl where I would 100% have to be wasted to be dancing and having fun on a night out. Again, fast forward, 10 years from then, put me into my position now, 34-year-old me. I don't need to have a drink to have a good time on a night out, and I will talk to anyone. I will chew their ear off. So what's happened in that time, you may say? And so freaking much. So obviously, since my nursing and everything that I went through, of course I was married, as you guys know. So through being married and being part of another family, and then all the experiences that we had together, we went backpacking around Asia together. And generally, I would say we were pretty much in a bubble, but still backpacking, 4 months, Asia, 2 people, you are put outside of your comfort zone, 1,000,000%. And then since then, obviously things that I've done on my own, solo travel, I've lived abroad, I've quit my job, I've launched a business. I wasn't confident for any of those things. I didn't feel ready. The only reason that I went traveling for the first time on my own is because my husband couldn't, and he was struggling with his own business at the time, and we'd had a bit of a shitty month. I've gone through all this, so I won't repeat myself, but I went out there thinking I just need to have a little holiday, I just need to relax and do something for myself. And in the end, it was the best thing I ever did. I learned who I was, what I wanted, my likes, dislikes, values, beliefs, everything just became so clear. And then after that, when I went to Iceland on my own, the only reason I actually went to Iceland on my own is because he just left me. He was meant to be coming with me. But I had to get out of my comfort zone again because I thought, you know what, fuck it. I deserve this. He's just gone. If I can do Sri Lanka for, what did I do? 11 nights or whatever, I can 100% do Iceland for, I think, 4. Yeah? So I forced myself to go regardless. Now, obviously, later down the line, then I'm wanting to do these things. I wanted to go to Greece for my 30th on my own. I wanted to launch a business. Was I ready? Was I fuck? But because you get to that point in life where you're just like, I am done being so small. I am done leading a mediocre life. I am done just settling. We get one life. Well, when you talk of obviously reincarnation or, our spirit, what have you. But one life that I can at least remember right now, this is it. Yeah? So I'm going to go out there and freaking live it. So I'm just saying that my confidence has actually been built through life experience, putting myself out of my comfort zone even before I'm ready, even questioning whether I want to. Which on that note, I was just mentioning a little bit before about me being busy, and obviously I've been busy with the one-to-one container and the launch and things like that, but I've also got my community WhatsApp chat. A lot of you know about that, which, by the way, if you don't, if you are local to the Bolton, Bury, North Manchester area and you want to make new friends and do cool things, please let me know and join our WhatsApp chat. We have meetups on there and just general support in between as well. But me and one of the girls in the community are going on a singles night tomorrow, you guys. A singles night. Now, am I nervous? Heck yes. Am I debating whether I should go? Yes. I'm wondering if I should say I've got a tummy ache. I don't think I want to go anymore, but I'm going because it is outside of my comfort zone. It will make me incredibly uncomfortable. It will make me incredibly uncertain, and it'll probably bring up a lot of emotions, I imagine, once the day comes, and a lot of like what ifs, shoulda, woulda, couldas, all that kind of stuff. But I know I need to do it. Without going on, what I'm getting at is I have continuously built my confidence through discomfort, through pain, through uncertainty, through not being ready, through, should I not, But yeah, I will 100% let you know. Obviously, we're going tomorrow, so by the time this is up, it'll have been and done. By the time you guys are listening to this, of course, but I am hoping the main reason I'm actually going is for research purposes, because a lot of the work that I do very much about self-love, relationships, things like that, I'm genuinely curious about modern dating and the shit show that a lot of us believe that it is, and I want to just get a better outlook and a different perspective from a male point of view even as well. So it'd be interesting. I am, of course, open to a relationship, but this is not the way that I would generally go about it. I am more just going out of curiosity, and I do feel that it'd be amazing content for you guys for my podcast. So I'm doing it whether I like it or not, and we're going to go. And we've both said together, because we're both equally nervous, by the way, but we're doing it anyway because it is a good learning curve, it is good experience, and if nothing else, we said if it is shit, we'll come away and have a drink next door. There's nothing lost. There's actually nothing to lose in going, is there? But there's a hell of a lot to gain. So you probably get the gist from a lot of what I'm saying by now from my personal experience. And if you think back from throughout your own experiences as well, is that a lot of it's about repetition. It's about consistency. It's those small wins, because they are what rewire the brain to actually believe a new story, to believe that you can do this, to believe that you have a voice and you can say this and do that and do anything, Because let's be honest, confidence as well, this is an important one actually. It doesn't come from always being right, but it is from not fearing to be wrong, from putting yourself there and being open to being rejected. We're not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but the things that we learn throughout these experiences, whether it be from people, from things, from places, what have you, it's incredible. That is where confidence is built. Repetition, repetition, repetition. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. And that's the thing, isn't it? When you think about starting, when you think about doing anything like this, like I said before about my singles night that I'm going on tomorrow, the courage comes before the confidence. I'll say that again. The courage comes before the confidence. So if you want to be confident, you work on your courage. So you step outside of your comfort zone. You go and do the thing that makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit unsure. I mean, when I think back to hosting my first women's meetup, for example, it was the Valentine's night. I've told you guys about it. It was incredible. The idea of hosting that, as exciting as it was, oh my gosh, it scared me to bits. I remember advertising the event on Eventbrite and putting it on my social media, and I thought, no one's going to come. No one's going to come. And it's going to be embarrassing, because then I'm going to turn up and no one's going to even come. Or maybe people will say that they're attending, but then no shows, because that's quite common as well with anything like this. And it was a free event, of course, so sometimes you get a lot more no shows with that. But I mean, when I started this podcast, no one's going to listen. Who's going to listen to me, And yet now I believe on my Spotify, I feel like I've got about 170 followers. I've got about 7,500 followers on Instagram, people reaching out to me daily saying, I've listened to this episode, I love it. Thank you for this. You've really helped me with that. It's so amazing to feel like someone gets me, someone relates to me, I didn't think anyone would listen. I didn't think anyone would come to a meetup. Yeah, things like this. And just coming back to normality, because obviously this is separate. Not everybody does a podcast, not everybody arranges meetups, things like that. But going back to some of the things that I've mentioned to you guys in the past, like discomfort, going on a solo date, that can be so hard. I've said it before, I'll say it again. When I go out, sometimes I feel uncomfortable. I feel shy. I feel weird. I feel like, oh, is everyone looking at me because I'm on my own? There is always that in the back of my mind. And then once I get through that, once I've built up that courage, took the courage, then the confidence comes. And then I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'll just read my little book, sip on my Prosecco. Oh, next thing I know, someone's talking to me. I'm getting a free cake because I'm on my own, and people just like, I don't know, just seem to give you more when you're on your own. People treat you a lot better, as in like service staff and things like that. So I had to build up the courage first to just do it, whether I liked it or not. And then the confidence came. And I think that's a good point, isn't it? Like the things that I'm mentioning now, this is what you could call evidence building, isn't it? So every time you do something, a little thing or a big thing, you have built proof right there that you are capable. So the first time you take yourself out for coffee, the first time you ring that guy whose number you took, you know, the first time that you speak up for yourself when something isn't right, the first time you show up on your social media with a new business idea, the first time you book a ticket to go away, the first time you go to the gym on your own when you're used to just relying on someone or going to a class. All of these firsts are building evidence. Every time you do something, you are building proof that you are capable. And that right there is what rewires your brain, okay? So that's another important thing. If you're on this journey of wanting to find the courage to build the confidence, keep a confidence journal. You know, journal all of those brave moments. So for you, because I'm talking, you know, big things or medium things here, but let's just break it down. Let's just start really small. Today it could be going out for a walk on your own. It could be doing that breathwork exercise that actually feels really uncomfortable at first, but you know that it feels incredible at the end. It could be reaching out to a family member that you've not spoken to for so long, but you want to rekindle that relationship. Start small, but build a log. You know, create a log of every single brave moment. Doesn't have to be incredible, just bullet point it. Today I da-da-da-da-da. You are rewiring your brain. You're setting a new standard for yourself. So it is just like going to the gym, isn't it? You don't walk in strong. You don't walk in with your six-pack being able to do muscle-ups. I talk about muscle-ups a lot these days. It's something that I'm working on. Anyone who knows muscle-ups will know how freaking hard they are. They are insane, yeah? It's like, is it like 1% of the population that can do them? And of course, most likely that's men as well. So even less likely for women. It is freaking hard. But no one goes in to a gym being able to do a muscle-up straight away. You get stronger by showing up day in, day out, whether you like it or not. You're pushing yourself because you know you want the result in 6 weeks' time. You want to look back in 6 months and look at your progress. Confidence is the same. It is like a muscle. You have to build it and get stronger. I actually think this is an important point to add as well, because I know I mentioned before about this isn't about faking it for the gram. And I want to kind of talk about the power of actually faking it, sort of faking it, because it's reframing the whole fake it till you make it as embodying that version of you who already has it. So you show up as that confident woman that you want to be. It's about embodying who you want to be, how you want to show up. So how does that confident woman show up? What does she wear? How does she respond? What practices would she implement when she was feeling down? How would she show up on camera? How would she message her friends? How would she, for me right now, how would she show up to a singles night? Because that's how I'm feeling. Right? How would this badass bitch, absolute dream of a goddess, show up for a singles night? And that is the woman that I'll be embodying tomorrow. Yeah? So it's not necessarily about faking it, but how do you want to show up? How would that confident woman who's not afraid to step outside of her comfort zone, who will stand up for herself, who will go on the solo dates, take a trip, move abroad, who will launch a business, who will take a risk, how would she show up and embody that version of yourself? It's all about embodiment, so visualization, posture, action. Literally morphing, is that easy? Morphing into that woman that you want to be, that you actually already are. You just have to build upon it. I hope this is all making sense as I'm saying it. So who is, just think of this for a moment, who is the most confident version of you? Think about that for a moment. Who is she? How does she move? What does she wear? What does she believe? How does she communicate with other people? Who is the most confident version of you? And show up as that person every single day. And you're already halfway there. Because with that, again, you are rewiring your brain for belief, but also you're showing up in that version. You're using your courage to build upon your confidence, and then you're able to journal all of your evidence of those small wins every single day. It really is that simple when you break it down, isn't it? I really hope that it does sound, as simple to you guys to implement as what it is to listen to. I really hope so, because you're more than capable. And with that these are a couple of points to remember actually, is that you will never, ever, ever feel 100% ready for something. Even if something's like, oh, fuck yes, I can't wait, I'm excited, you'll always have a little niggle then, oh, what if? Oh, I'm not sure now. And again, I've spoken about this before, the amygdala in our brain keeping us safe, that's all it's doing. And then that just shrinks you back into your comfort zone, just like, we don't want Becky to get hurt. We'll just bring her back into her comfort zone again, make her feel a little bit unsure, uncertain, unworthy, underconfident, like she's not ready. Okay, no. We'll not do that then. Maybe next week, maybe next month. Not ready just yet. You will never feel 100% ready. The confidence comes after the leap. Remember, courage first, confidence later. So, like I said before, looking at the evidence, building on the evidence, reflect on your past wins that come from not being ready, but you did it anyway. Or wondering if you'd fail at something, but you smashed it anyway. Reflect on that past and think about how it made you feel afterwards. And that's why this is like a pro tip right there. Say yes before your mind talks you out of it. And that's where the whole, when I was saying about the amygdala, it makes you question it. Say yes, say yes, say yes. Because we can all think, oh, I'll think about it. And then your mind talks you out of it. Don't let it. Courage first, confidence after. The confidence will come after the leap. It's going to come. Reflect on your past wins, all the things that you've managed before. You can do it again. You can do amazing. You can do even better. You've got this. Remember, she's already there. That confident version of you is already there. Just let her out. Embody her. Be the woman that you dream of. Whew, and on that note, I need a little bit of sip of water because I feel like I've been shouting a little bit in this episode. I don't know. I think it's because I'm so passionate, but it's like making me almost shout and I just need a little drink. That feels better. I needed that. Okay, let's talk confidence killers because they're going to come up, so we might as well talk about them. They are going to come up regardless, okay? So we're talking about the courage. Yeah, the courage is there. Yeah, I'm embodying that confident version of me. But then the little niggles will come in. Confidence killer number one, a key one right here, comparison, okay? especially in the online world that we have access to nowadays. It's literally ingrained in us how amazing everyone else's life is and how they've got it all, but we have nothing. Yeah? Or we're so far behind compared to everything else. Comparison is the thief of joy. That's all it can ever be. Only compare yourself to yourself. That's the only person you can ever compare yourself to. If you start looking at other people, you are just going down a very slippery path there. And, I'm saying this from someone who does it as well, by the way. I'm not going to say, sit here and say that I'm super confident and I never look at any. Yes, I do. I do look at other people's life. I do compare myself. I do put myself down. I have it all. But it's something that I'm continuing to work on because I know the importance of comparison and how hurtful and detrimental it can be. So watch out for comparison. It will kill your confidence. So compare yourself to yourself last month, 6 months ago, last year, 2 years ago, 5. That you should only be comparing yourself to yourself. Confidence killer number 2, something else to look out for, perfectionism. So how this will show up is, I'll just wait until I am feeling more confident, or I'll just wait until I've got that beautiful outfit, or I'll just wait until I've got my hair done, I'll wait until the weather's nice, I'll wait until Becky sends me an inspirational message on her Instagram, I'll just wait, or I'm not quite right, and this comes back to comparison, but their brand logo looks better, but they've been on 5 holidays this year and I've not even been on 1, but their boyfriend bought them a Lamborghini for the birthday and I can't even get a text back, Perfectionism, that's where comparison, it leads in, just stay in your lane. Yes, it's in terms of perfectionism, it's good to have goals, it's good to have desires, it's good to be clear on your values. So yeah, of course, if you want a provider man, good for you, me too, that's where you get your standards and your values and you don't sink below it. So yeah, it's good to have that. But when it comes to yourself and the things that you are wanting to achieve, don't let it hold you back. Yeah. So an example for me, I don't know whether anyone can relate with regards to business. So it is setting up a business, having a logo, getting the photos and everything being just so perfect. And, doing all that before you can even show up online. And that's not the case. Yeah. So how this can look in everyday life is, like I mentioned before, wait until you've got the right outfit or your hair done and everything being just so, and the beautiful weather and, there's a slight delay on the M61 and it's going to take an extra 10 minutes. Maybe I shouldn't go today. It's things like that. Don't let it hold you back. Take these things into account, but don't let them hold you back. Negative self-talk, confidence killer number 3. That's a huge one. And I know I've spoken about affirmations before, and this is where they really come into play. And I know I spoke a little bit about the negative sides to affirmations, but affirmations are still powerful when used correctly. And the main thing to consider with affirmations is being actually mindful of the negative self-talk that comes into mind. So it's not a case of looking in the mirror and saying I am beautiful when you feel horrific. Yeah, it's not about that, but actually more being mindful of when you are looking at yourself and feeling horrific. Remove that from your mind. I've been doing it recently where negative thoughts have been coming into my mind about my business, about that I'm going to fail, that no one is interested in my services, all these things. And what I do, rather than turn around and say, I am the most successful self-love coach, which for me right now is untrue. But I am more than capable of this. It's stopping myself in that moment and saying, no, I am more than capable. And what if it does work out, actually? If they can do it, I can do it. Things like that, okay? Stopping that negative self-talk, it is a major confidence killer. So however that may show up for you, awareness is key, yeah? Once you have heard, sensed, however that shows up for you, that something negative has come up for yourself, it's like, no. Give yourself that love and that grace that you are more than capable, that you are worthy of going out and having a beautiful time on your own. You deserve to go on that trip to Asia that you've been waiting on for years, but you know, you deserve to live a beautiful life. And that's a fact. So yeah, these are just like practical reframes. Remember, progress over perfection. Okay, as I was saying before about my progress with muscle ups, I am looking at how much I've progressed from the day before. I'm doing the same with handstands, yeah? At first, I just wanted to be able to kick up to the wall. And then I wanted to be able to hold it for a second from the wall. You know, I wanted to be able to build my strength in my shoulders so that I could hold like a pike. It's like a 90-degree angle to build your strength on your shoulders. It helps with handstands. Now, then I wanted to be able to learn to bail out of a handstand so I could successfully come away from the wall. You know, and it's like this every single time. And today, I'm not kidding, I was in the gym today getting angry at myself because I wasn't able to hold a handstand for more than like 2 seconds, which actually, rewind a month, I could never hold it for more than a second, you know, perfectly. Yeah? So how does that show up for you? Remember, progress over perfection. Celebrate the tiny wins. And again, I'm saying this because I don't do it enough either, but it's so important. Celebrate the tiny wins. If it is like that you're wanting to build a business and show up online, oh my God, I put a selfie on Instagram today with a call to action on it, you know? Well done me. Oh my gosh, I went to the gym on my own today. I didn't rely on a class. I didn't rely on a gym buddy. I went on my own. Oh my gosh, I took myself out for a coffee and you know what? It felt so uncomfortable, but I did it anyway. I sat there with my journal and then I felt so much better. Oh my gosh, I stood up to my boss today because they said something inappropriate and it really upset me, and I am not holding back anymore. I'm so proud of myself. Celebrate every single win. None is bigger than the other. And absolutely 100,000 and million % protect your energy. How are you using up your energy? Are you using it to compare? To wait until you're perfect? To talk shit about yourself? Who are you around? Who are you surrounding yourself with? What are you consuming? Because it's very easy, isn't it, to scroll on TikTok, for example, and all you can see is how dating culture sucks these days and how all men are fuckboys and that, you know, women are going to be single forever because what's the fucking point? Men are shitbags, yeah? Or it's very easy to, God, I've been getting quite a lot recently of like really bad like animal cruelty posts on my TikTok. I don't know where they've been coming from. Like, I don't know, the algorithm, just please fuck off. Because I'm getting all these animal cruelty videos all of a sudden. So my energy is going into consuming sad content. That is taking my valuable energy. Okay? And we've spoken about it before with boundaries. You know, if you're helping other people in your life, if your friend's messaging you at 10 o'clock at night needing a hand, she wants to talk to you about, like, are you in the right space to show up for her or him? Are you wasting your days in bed just... And it's important, you know, I spoke about it before. It's good to have rest days. It's good to have lazy days. I'm all for it. But if it is day in, day out, your motivation is going to dip. You're not going to feel very confident, are you? Lazing in your slobs, watching Netflix with your Ben and Jerry's. There's a time and a place for it. Like I say, I'm telling you now, there is a time and a place for it, and I'm all for it. But if you're doing that day in, day out, whilst you're scrolling TikTok, looking at how much dating sucks, or going in to work and your colleagues are all negative, like, that's going to make it incredibly difficult to embody that confident, beautiful goddess energy that you are hoping to create there, isn't it? Okay, so just be really, really mindful of that. So, a couple of confidence workouts, we'll call them, because as I said before, confidence is like the gym, our muscles, whatever. We have to build the muscle. We have to gain our strength. We have to show up to the gym. It's the same with confidence. We have to work it, and build upon it. So a couple of confidence boosting habits and workouts. You already knew this was coming, but solo dates. I'm always going to encourage solo dates. They are the biggest, bestest, most out of your comfort zone confidence boosting habits to have, because it feels uncomfortable in that moment. Or it will do, for a little while potentially, depending upon the environment and what it is that you're doing and how prepared you are and how you feel. It will feel a little bit uncomfortable at first, but do it anyway. Doesn't have to be insane or extravagant. Coffee, shopping, the cinema, a nice walk, a massage. Just go. Once I just went out because I really fancied oh my gosh, what they're called? Espresso martini. I just fancied getting a really nice espresso martini. So I just went, I got dolled up, took myself out. It was a place where you could sit outside, and I just sat there, people watching, sipping on my espresso martini. It was beautiful. So it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. It doesn't have to take up a lot of time, but it is something that you need to really, really work on if you want to build your confidence. Now, I'm going to say this, not that I do it myself, but cold showers, cold plunges. Again, they're extremely uncomfortable. They're horrible. They're painful for me. I don't like them at all. And I don't know why I'm advocating for this, because I don't do them myself. But I'm still going to say they're really good at boosting your confidence, because the way that you feel afterwards, you have been so uncomfortable, but you pushed yourself anyways. Remember what we said, courage and then confidence. That's the way it goes. But yeah, it is a really good one to try. Asking for what you want. And that can come in any way, shape or form. That could be asking the universe for what you want to achieve in that day, for a goal that you're wanting to meet. It could be asking your boss for a raise. It could be asking the guy for his number. It could be anything, but ask for what you want. If you're sat there thinking, I want to do this, I want to say this, I want to have this, then ask. Yeah? Ask for what you want. Even if that means getting uncomfortable to do so. Even if that means that you are rejected. Have the courage to be rejected. Showing up, even when you're scared, even when you don't want to, even when you're tired and you can't be bothered, even when you're questioning, but what if? Show up anyways. At the gym, at the singles event. I'm going to keep bringing that up just because I'm going to it. Like, show up anyways. Yes, okay, I am doing. But yeah, at work, for your business, at the networking event, even if you're into businesses, showing up on social media even though you're scared, things like that. Show up. Maybe, and this is a common one as well, like, especially with, women in the 30s who may have less friends, but like if your friendship groups, like if your friend invites you out, but it's with a bunch of her friends that you don't know, for example, that's a common one. Say yes, go anyway. This is your chance to meet other women, other like-minded women. If they get on well with your friend, it's highly likely that they'll get on with you. Say yes to a meetup, If one of my events is on Eventbrite, if I advertise it, jump on. You may never have met me, but you've heard of me. You've heard my stories. You may never have met anyone else, but they're all incredible and they would welcome you so perfectly. Like, you would be so welcome. If you're not local to, obviously, round Bolton, Manchester way, there'll be other meetup groups, other women's circles, support. Go to them, show up. And sit in your car for 5 minutes and potentially try and talk yourself out of it. But get out of your car anyway and walk in there. You've got this. You've totally got this. And on that note, affirmations, like I said before, no fluffy ones, nothing that you don't truly believe, but bold, honest ones. I am more than capable of this. I am worthy of confidence. I am becoming stronger, wiser, more resilient. I am becoming the confident goddess that I wish to be. Be honest with yourself. Don't say anything that would niggle you and be like, well, but I'm not though. But be bold. Say what you want to become. Say what you are becoming, what you were working on. Because you truly are more than worthy and more than deserving of this. And I think last but not least, it's important to remember that confidence, it's not about ego. It's about self-trust. It's not about blowing your own trumpet and you thinking you're the bee's knees and better than everyone. It's not. It's about self-trust. It's about believing in yourself, that you are the creator of your destiny, that this is your one life to make of it what you will. And when you think of it like that this is your one life, your one chance to go for it all, to put yourself out there, to take the risk, to be uncomfortable. This is your one chance of life to do that. That's when you really learn to embody trusting in yourself, like believing that you really are worthy. Because you really are, and that's where the confidence comes in. Knowing that you love yourself, that you believe in yourself, and that you trust in yourself. Confidence is not about ego. It is about self-trust. I think we've pretty much covered everything there. Just to recap some of the main takeaways from today's episode, because it's been a lot and I'm conscious. I hope I've not shouted at you too much. I feel like my voice is going because I feel like I've been really passionate about this, But again, just to recap, confidence is built through courage. Courage first, confidence comes from that. Repetition, keep doing it, keep showing up. Repetition, keep showing up, and it will come without a doubt. Okay, so I want to invite you to think about for a moment, what is one small thing that you can do today to build your confidence muscle? Just one. Doesn't have to be huge, just a small thing today that you can do that will build on your confidence muscle. I would love to read your comments and see what you are doing today to help build upon your confidence. So please share your reflections below in the comments for me and for everyone else as well, because it is so helpful when we share with further encouraging other people, and that energy just builds up on a collective level, and it's beautiful. As we wrap up today's episode, I do just want to, again, plug my one-to-one workshops that are for any woman that is ready to go all in. They are done settling. They are done feeling like shit, feeling like not enough. They are ready to go all in on their healing journey to come out the other side a brand new, incredible version of themselves. Because literally they're just coming home to yourself. That's what matters. You're learning about who you are, what you truly want, and you're going out there and getting it with my support, holding your hand every step of the way. So if the one-to-one work does speak to you personally, please reach out to me. You can find me again on Instagram at you.deserve.better.podcast. It's You Deserve Better Podcast with the dots in between on Instagram. You can find me on there. Please shoot me a DM. We can chat. We can book on a call and take it from there. If it is a good fit, then great. If not, I will always point you in the right direction as well. So if you are looking to rebuild after heartbreak, step into that confident new chapter for yourself, for your life, I am here for you, and let's go. But regardless of that, I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. Thank you so much again for all of those who continue to listen, who continue to share my podcast, who message me and send me all those beautiful comments and feedback. It really, really, really does help. I'm always open to suggestions, feedback, critiquing, because this is about you guys. Okay, so I do want to make sure that I am serving you in the best way possible. So feel free to share, And on that note, please, if you love this episode, please share this episode on your stories, share with a friend, leave a rating and review, leave a comment. You know the score. It honestly means the world. Without you guys, I would never grow. People wouldn't find me, and I wouldn't be able to help anyone. And that's what this is all about. So thank you again. I will leave it there for today. It has been amazing to be back. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I'll speak to you again on the next episode. Lots of love.